Hi there, it's Bike Tour Mike here. Going on your first bike tour can be both exciting and a bit intimidating. So today I want to talk about 5 things that I wish I knew before I went on my first bike tour. The only thing better than learning from your mistakes is to save some trouble and learn from other people's mistakes. So number 1 is to go with what you already have. When I first became interested in bike touring, I guess I must have watched over 100 videos trying to figure out what type of equipment I needed and what type of bike I was supposed to ride on. After a while I came to the realization that I'm never gonna be able to go on that first bike tour if I have that mentality that I just need one more thing before I'm set to go. So for the first 4 years or so I did all of my touring on my, at that time, 10-year-old hybrid bike. It worked fine for me there and then, plus I already had some useful camping gear from our family car camping trips that I was able to use. Another thing to take into consideration is that all budget gear aren't always bad. In fact, I've had my Nature Hike tent for the last 4 years without changing it for a more premium tent. So there are bargains to be made. So please don't get stuck up on that mentality that you just need that one special extra thing to be able to go on your first bike tour. Instead, just pick up your old commuter bike, strap on a couple of bags and get going. So number 2 is don't plan your days in detail. Telling yourself that you have to make 100 kilometers each day only sets you up for failure. Things will happen on a bike tour. Bad weather, injuries, or things that you just want to stop and look at along the road. So having booked a lodging option, or even worse, as I've done a couple of times myself, looking up a nice wild camping spot on Google Maps upon going on the bike tour, doesn't always work. At least for me. Usually that just puts a lot of stress on me to be able to make it to that campground in the evening. So always have a plan B, or even better, have no plan at all. And remember that it's not about the destination, it's all about the journey. And always start with a couple of shorter days in the beginning of a bike tour. Usually during the first 3 days or so you're gonna feel super tired at the end of the day, but hopefully you will get into the groove by day 3 or 4 or so, and that feeling will start to disappear. Number 3 is to start off with a couple of shorter tours in your local area. With a risk of being the bearer of bad news, you shouldn't start with that epic tour around Europe or across America. Instead, start off with a couple of shorter tours in your local area and see how things work out. Is my gear up to the task? Is that saddle working out for me? Do I need to switch out some things or add something? That's a lot easier to do when you're close to home, instead of finding out those things when you're off on a month-long bike tour that you might have to end because your equipment is failing you. Number 4 is that you can be comfortable on a bike tour. You don't have to embrace the suck. If there's something you should spend your money on when it comes to bike touring, it's a good sleep system. You're probably out there on the bike for up to 8 hours each day, so the least you can do to thank your body is to give it a good night's sleep. When I first started out camping, I used to sleep on this cheap, thin sleeping pad, waking up all through the night trying to find a comfortable position and hoping that the sunrise would come so I would get some warmth from the sun. Good night's sleep is possible on a bike tour, it just takes a little bit of fine-tuning. Number 5, don't wear cotton on a bike tour. Cotton is just gonna hang on to the moisture you're producing for dear life and never let go of it. So this means that you're just gonna get wet in the beginning, and when you finally stop pedaling, you're gonna get both wet and cold at the same time. And this is just a recipe for disaster. So instead, try to find some clothes that have a wickering feature, such as merino wool. And merino wool clothing both dry off very quickly, and they also keep you warm while being wet. They are a bit pricier than cotton clothes, but believe me, you're gonna thank me later. So I hope you found this useful. As I said in the beginning of the video, you don't have to learn from your own mistakes. Instead, you can learn from mine. So if you want to see what I usually wear on my bike tours, you can do so by clicking the link up in the corner here. Otherwise, until next time, have a good one.